There's a lot of buddies in Overwatch, some of which are so easy to take out as Genji that a dog could probably do it. Victory! And others who completely prey on him.
This monkey is nano. Monkey is nano, get me out of here! Code Red, get me out of here! Today we're making a matchup chart for me, and you can't argue with the placements because I'm literally Genji. So...
sorry. This chart's gonna cover favorable matchups for us and those you should avoid like the plague. And what better teacher to have than a grandmaster player such as myself? This is my alt account, actually. So here it is, the super cool Genji matchup chart for awesome people who have a ton of sex, but not too much, as that can cause harmful side effects. According to a study done by Healthline.com, Ana's a big priority target for Genji, but can be tricky to take out with her nade and sleep dart, both of which are amazing in close quarters combat against us. Deflecting either one of them should win you the fight, but be wary as she can throw her nade at the ceiling or at her feet to avoid getting deflected. Good Anas will always land a sick sleep dart on you if you go for him with blade, so be ready to deflect as you're landing to avoid getting shut down. She'll often be scoped in the backlines, but Genji's mobility can easily bring us to her at an off angle while she's scoped in, leaving her super vulnerable to a quick burst combo. Fighting her while she has her cooldowns can be risky, so either wait for her to use them or be ready to deflect them. I would say we have a good matchup against her. Ashe is super threatening against us at a distance, but Genji's wall climb and mobility can help us reach her high ground easily.
This is fucking bullshit.
If we get in against her and save our dash, we can burst her down, then follow her after she tries escaping with Coach Gun for the kill. Deflecting Coach Gun prevents us from getting knocked away, which can help us close distance better with dash. Bob is an amazing ultimate against us, and is one of the best counters to Dragon Blade. There's not much we can do to counterplay him. This matchup's in our favor up close, but overall I'd say it's even. Baptiste.
Baptiste? Really?
This guy is nothing to me. This matchup is mere child's play. He's got a burst weapon, making it super hard to damage a Genji using his movement well. Genji can pressure Baptiste into using his valuable team-saving abilities early, then disengage with dash, and re-engage while he's on cooldown, and that's a pretty one-sided fight. He can also use his wall climb and double jump to keep up with Bap's Air Jordans if he tries to escape. Bastion is free. He's free! Free matchup, don't make me laugh. He's got a huge hitbox and is incredibly easy to burst down up close, and deflect is super powerful against his turret form. Once Bastion realizes he's being deflected and stops shooting, you can quickly cancel it, blade dash through him, and 180 his crit spot with a right click for the kill. Obviously focus on taking out the supports first if he's being pocketed, but in a 1v1, a blindfolded guy could take out Bastion as Genji. Bragita! Brig is one of the few supports that actually does pretty well into us. She can outdamage and heal herself at our effective range, making it near impossible to 1v1 her, so don't bother unless she's distracted with another fight. I'd recommend poking at her from high ground where she can't deal any damage to you to force her to reposition for her team. Her shield bash and whip shot can interrupt our blade chain, and her generally beefier HP pool can make her a slightly lower priority target when using blade, so focus her other support if you can. Cassidy. Like his best buddy Ashe, Cassidy has the advantage against us at a distance, but unlike her, he's lethal up close thanks to his stupid Gerber baby magnet bomb. I hate this thing. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? You're serious? It's pretty inconsistent, but sometimes you could be flying across the map at Mach 5 and it'll still find a way to latch onto you. Without it though, Cassidy's at a severe disadvantage against us and will almost always lose the duel up close. If he does have his bomb active, we can quickly dash in and reflect when he retaliates with it. Any decent Cassidy will be aware of this though and wait out our deflect before throwing it, so sometimes it's good to watch him for when he uses it before going in. Deadeye is also useless against our mobility, and we can also deflect it back at him. Pretty volatile, but I would say it's an even and super fun matchup. Doomfist. Not much to say in this matchup, as you need to work as a team to take this guy down. He's near impossible to 1v1. Rush to your team's aid when he dives in and try to whittle him down and force him to retreat before he can get any picks. Use your double jump and mobility to avoid his punch, and don't bother going for him with Blade. He can tank most of Blade's damage with his block and escape whenever he needs to. He can also punch us away from any kills we're trying to get, so we can't get resets, so maybe wait till he's dead to use ult. Diva's an amazing matchup for us and is great to farm ults off of. Once she starts using her missiles, she can't cancel them, so deflecting them can rack up a ton of damage. Like Doomfist, rush to any teammate she dives in on and try and burst her down before she can get away. Her ultimate poses no threat to us with all our mobility, and she doesn't have much utility to protect her team from Dragon Blade. So go crazy, freestyle a little, get funky with it. Echo. Echo is a nightmare for us to deal with. Pharah may be hard to hit up high, but at least she has a big hitbox. Fighting airborne Echo is more like trying to hit a flying pencil, which is like a really common situation. Like I'm sure you guys can relate to that. To 1v1 Echo, we gotta wait for her to dip down a bit and then take her out quickly before her fly cooldowns reset. And even then, it can be super risky. If she gets us below 100, her beam is basically an insta-kill that can't be deflected. Oh no! In my opinion, Echo is one of Genji's best DPS counters. Stupid matchup. I'd rather fight a Luigi player.
Why didn't you finishing touch? Okay, he got it. He still got it.
Hanzo. A Hanzo on the enemy team's very presence is always a significant threat to us because we could die at full health at any given moment. At a distance, he's incredibly dangerous, but with our movement, we can close that distance from behind cover and get up in his face where he struggles and we thrive. Deflect is a valuable asset in this duel, and a single arrow can outright kill him or put him in dash melee kill range, as well as stall out his storm arrow. Hanzo's a nightmare when pulling out Blade, as he'll be focused on landing an easy headshot to shut the whole thing down, so burst him down first if you can. Both Hanzo and Genji thrive at their effective ranges in this matchup, so it's pretty even.
Junka Quine. If Genji wants to get down into a scrap with the Quine,
he's gonna die. After her buffs, Genji can only really poke at her unless he has help from the team. Going in against her is basically a death sentence, so we're forced into a stalemate at a distance where we can't deal much damage. This is an even, or maybe even potentially losing matchup. Oh man, thank God we're done with the annoying character. Junkrat can only be fought safely at mid and long range, neither of which are particularly effective ranges for Genji. Fight him on high ground if you can. At close range or in close quarters, Deflect is super effective and can often one-shot him, but even if you have it out, Rat can just toss and detonate his mines before they get deflected and kill you. Good Junkrats will try setting up their trap right by an isolated support, knowing that juicy of an opportunity is too salivating for Genji to pass up, which can get us killed, so always be on the lookout for it. Also, his stupid tire is potentially one of the best counters to Blade in the game. Even if you have nano, he can just steer it into your general direction and kill you, so be aware. Whenever finishing him off with dash, remember to skedaddle on out of there lickety-split before his mines go off, or else... Kiriko. I love being at a hearty 120 HP during matches when there aren't any Hanzos or Widows. I just feel so safe. Kiriko, in my opinion, is one of the best supports to choose against Genji. She has an unbelievably anorexic hitbox. She's so skinny. Eat more of those donuts, you twig. You literally have to be inside her character model if you want to land a full right click. And in addition, she can just completely teleport away if she's getting pressured or during Blade. Suzu can also invalidate a Blade chain and is something you'll actively have to be watching out for before you can use ult. If we aren't using our movement well enough, she does crazy damage to us through headshots and can usually outdamage us in a 1v1. But I just can't stay mad at her. She's so cute. We all love you, Kiriko. Lucio, and we'll group Mercy in here too. These two are hard to place because while they pose no significant threat to Genji, they are super hard to kill. Every time you focus Mercy, she flies to another teammate, so every fight against her is generally more of a 2v1. This can be especially difficult if she has a flying teammate she can go up in the air with. And Lucio's just so damn slippery and hard to hit. If you pull out Blade and save your dash for after the boop, he can still somehow get away. I'd say they're both winning, but other characters have better matchups against them.
May.
I love Mei, my favorite hero. Love fighting her. She's the best. Dueling a Mei is almost never worth it. If you do, you have to pull off this entire elaborate gymnastics routine. Poke her from afar or burst her down without using dash because you need it to escape if the fight goes bad. Get her to low health and wait out her stupid ice cube. Parkour over her wall. Do the fight all over again, likely in a weaker state from your first scrap, and you did it! Woohoo! If you ever get caught against Mei without your dash, you've already lost. Her primary fire melts us and obviously can't be reflected, and she's quite literally impossible to kill with Blade. I can't tell you how many times I've barely gotten a solo team wipe with Blade before she just hides in her stupid ice cube.
No! This is not how this was supposed to go!
It was once. David Bowie. I often sit, and while I'm sitting, I like to think. I think about how grateful I am that I'm not currently dueling any Moira player in a 1v1. It's a truly therapeutic thing to think about. I really enjoy it, actually. Moira can be dueled by Genji if you're quick, clean, and precise. If the fight doesn't end in the first 2 seconds, you're going to lose. Even if you do manage a good burst, she can fade away to who knows where. She can heal herself way too quickly for us to compete with and can chase us down with fade if we ever try escaping. If you do gotta escape Moira, always use your wall climb or dash to get up to high ground. Moira's fade doesn't give her that much vertical mobility, so she won't be able to chase and kill you. This matchup is better at high levels, as quick, clean assassinations are more of a common thing, but anywhere else, Moira has us running. and then dying anyway. So halfway through editing this video, I realized the whole thing was gonna end up taking like 30 minutes long, which is fine, but for smaller creators like myself, a small portion of viewers stay through the whole thing anyway. I didn't want to make a whole new 15 minutes of content that only a few people were gonna see. So I'm gonna end up splitting the video into 2 parts. I hope that's okay with you. So yeah, be on the lookout for part 2 if you're interested. I don't have any funny way to sign off on the video, so just pretend I put something funny here. That was kind of funny.